I'm up to about 6 cans a day. Hi GQ, it's me Trixie Mattel, and these are my essentials. This is such a sad item. This is my Nintendo Switch, and this is really great for touring because everybody on my tour bus has one of these. And so we all play games like Smash Brothers, we play Mario Kart. I love Dead by Daylight, I love to play Friday the 13th. I'm like 3/4 through Breath of the Wild. My last tour, before Grown Up, I was playing Skyrim. I don't think that game even has an end. I quit after a while. I was like, we get it, there's dragons and there's no modern medicine. So I kind of moved on, but I love my Switch. Got to be glued hairspray. I've been using this hairspray since I started drag in 2008. It's lit. Every drag queen uses these. If you have like real hair, this is quite a commitment because this is the type of hairspray that like once you've used this on your real hair, you're gonna either need to shower or like comb it out to the point where you're gonna see white flakes coming out of your hair because this is like spraying glue into your hair. I mean, if you look at this nozzle, this is the same nozzle you use to try to contain like a swarm of bees when you're taking down a nest. So if that lets you know what this does to your hair. But it's really great when you're wearing as much synthetic hair piled on top of your head as I do. You really need something that you can count on. I mean, a lot of people think when they really need something to stay, they like soak one area, but all hairsprays are made to be used 8 to 12 inches from your head. So by the time the hairspray leaves the can, some of the alcohol goes away, so it's actually more effective. I buy it on Amazon and I buy like 12 at once, because I know I'm gonna go through it, so. Okay, I once worked with this drag queen. I don't want to say who it was because it was Vicky Box, but I would see them maybe like take a shot of booze and then they would say, I'm putting on my personality. So like me before the meet and greet, I will shotgun one of these like a frat boy and like punch a hole through the wall and then go hug teenagers. The taste and the ritual of it really gets me in like the pre-show mindset. Only problem is these are carbonated, and so like when I'm in a corset backstage about to go on and sing, if I shotgun one of these, you burp a lot. The yellow kind is my favorite, what would you call it, tropical? It's lit. The normal kind to me tastes like a Duracell battery. Get this kind. This is a really good perfume. It's unisex, and I really like this cologne because if I'm trying to like get out of drag, if I still like walk in somewhere and this is still like on my body, I'm not like embarrassed. It's not like I have women's perfume on out in public. I've been using it for probably like 10 years. People still compliment me on it all the time. It's a little strong. A cologne you want to wear when you want people to smell you, but it's great for drag. It's called Turquatic, and I think it's supposed to have like a clean water scent. I mean, there's pictures of like seaweeds on it. To me, it smells like what you'd hope you'd smell like coming out of a swimming pool. Clean, clean water with like maybe a twist of citrus. I just love it. It's beautiful. I grew up in the country, which means my dental care for the first 25 years of my life was iffy to moderate. For somebody like me, who lives in fear of getting like advanced gingivitis, this is a mouthwash that has no alcohol, so if washing your mouth with alcohol kept you from getting cavities, mama, I'd be fine. Sometimes if I just like, I'm like, I can't do the whole bedtime routine. I can at least do this, swish, swish. And then on the tour bus, I can like wake up and swish this, and I know that between my bedroom and the venue, if I run into somebody, I'm not gonna be like embarrassed of the way my head smells. So it's a great product. I love it. I get it on Amazon, I buy like 3 at a time. Rich. Oh, hello. This is my guitar. Every tour I get a new guitar. This one is a Gibson Hummingbird. Hummingbirds are great because they have this like beautiful, like iconic hummingbird design here. And I learned to play guitar from my grandpa on a Hummingbird. I remember being a kid and being really small and thinking this was like huge. Now as an adult, it's so little to me, but I just love this instrument. Hummingbirds are a few inches shorter than most guitars too, so the actual like length from here to here is like a couple inches shorter, so it's great for travel. It's a really popular guitar in like American rock music and country music. It just has like a really like mellow, but also like very metallic sound to it, like a real, like a snap. So I really like this instrument. This is a Malibu skipper. I don't actually travel with a lot of dolls. Who does? But I get them as gifts, and I collect mostly 65 to 73. And this, I believe, is a 1971 Malibu skipper. You can tell because this is right when they changed the plastic to like a super tan. Nobody really believed in like skin cancer, melanoma. So all the dolls are sold in like swimwear with super tan legs because they were like, what's the worst that could happen? Plot twist. I got this as a fan gift, and I probably have 3 of this exact doll already, but I'll keep her. I'll put her in a different outfit. She's probably worth, I mean, if you went to a dealership, you could probably get her for like 45 bucks. I mean, she's not worth the most.
What's the most rare doll that you have?
The most rare doll I have a black Francie, which they only made a few of. I have a black Francie in the box with the shipping label on it. She's probably about a $4,000 doll. And I know that seems like a lot because it is. So if you guys come see Grown Up or you buy Barbara, now you know what I'm doing with your money. I always travel with a bunch of my Trixie cosmetics because even though I tested these way before they came out, whenever I'm on tour, I still like to keep them in my rotation because I need to be able to take pictures of myself in them to send to like our social media team. Sometimes have my office staff send me new formulas to try on the road, and it's nice to have some of our current products to try along with it so I can see the difference in shade, finish, formula, etc. So we have a few here. We have a Immaterial Girl. We have Skipper, which is really a staple, this really pretty pink. And then we have MALIBU, which I was writing Malibu, the song, around the time this was being worked on, so there is some like marriage there. And then Slime Time, we actually released this green one for Halloween, and it was so popular that we put it in the permanent rotation. So it really helps when you own your own company to like try to pay attention to what people respond to, because sometimes a product like this, which was meant to be limited edition, people like nut for, and then you're like, I should probably keep that around. And then this is Stacy's Mom, which just came out yesterday. I have it on now. You can tell it's like pink, but not like neon. It's like a patent leather magenta. This is my iPad, Rich. It's coming alive now. I'm not proud of it. I probably lose 2 of these a year. They just are so little and thin, and I use them for everything, so they slip through the cracks. I keep all my jokes I've ever written in one like Google Doc, so if I ever get hacked, my career's over. And I also have the entire script for my show, Grown Up, on here. I also have whatever lyrics to whatever songs I'm working on. I also have some weird fun stuff like, I have this game called Dream Daddy, which is a dating simulator where you date people's dads. So if that lets you know where touring takes me mentally sometimes, it's good to be able to unplug. Oh, eBay, and I have eBay on here because one of my favorite activities on tour is doing deep eBay dives for like weird retro toys that I love to buy. So, and I have my Wow Presents Plus network on here, so I can watch every week's episode of because even though I work for Wow Presents, I still have to buy my own membership. I'm not bitter. So how do I stay so thin, you ask? Every day, my assistant Brandon wakes me up with a black tea, a banana, and a green juice. During the day, you have to eat very strategically because if you're about to go perform and sing and squeeze your body to death to go on stage, you really can't like eat much. So a product like this that's just like 100% juice, I know that I'm gonna get like a pretty modest caloric intake, but I'm gonna get a lot of the stuff that's gonna get me through the day, like apples and celeries and cucumbers. And when you're in drag, you have lipstick on. A juice, like a liquid meal, is sometimes the difference between eating and not eating at all. So yes, I live like an astronaut, but I make a lot of sacrifices to be Trixie. This is an ELMER'S washable school glue stick in Disappearing Purple. If you don't know, drag queens use this to cover their eyebrows, because this is like a non-toxic, quick-drying, water-based polymer that coats your individual brow hairs, and when you layer it, it can actually cover up the texture. I'm not a very sweaty person. Some drag queens use like Pros-Aid or more of like a prosthetic adhesive for this. It's skin safe and it comes off in the shower. They have to make this product so that kids could like eat it and not die. I don't really care what happens to the kids, but I'm happy that this comes off. And last but not least, I have entire half days of my life where I don't have to be in drag. And usually because I'm wearing this much makeup and like adhesive all over my face and glue and really high impact pigments staining my very fair alabaster skin, I like a product like this to wear on my days off. So this is Milk Makeup Sunshine Skin Tint SPF 30. So it has a sunblock, it has moisturizing qualities, and it has a very slight tint to it So even though it's my day off, I can still make sure I cover things like stains around my lips from lipstick, or areas on my forehead where maybe there's irritation from wearing glue on my head every single day. A product like this really helps me like make it to a Starbucks without looking like an absolute piece of from hell. It's always worked for me, so. Thank you so much for checking out my essential items here at GQ. And if you'd like to see any of these items in action, please come see my show Trixie Mattel Grown Up all over the United States and Europe, or listen to my album Barbara, now on iTunes, Amazon, and Spotify.